Hey, hey, hey! Right, please let me know you can see me and you can hear me. Please let me know. It says live, but I'm not quite sure, guys. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Ooh, all good. Okay, apologies for that. Apologies for that. I needed to actually bypass everything, and we only streaming today on YouTube, so there's no Facebook stream. Sorry for that. So for those of you who are waiting on a Facebook, no luck. Absolutely no luck. Okay. I hope everything is gonna work as it should be. Really hoping. Okay, hi there. My name is Jarek. I'm the Archon Studio CEO. Welcome to our bi-weekly live stream and AMA, where I'm happy to answer your questions or any type of questions you have. So if you have any, you may start dropping them. Obviously, as always, I have a few slides ready for you. We're gonna go through them in a second. Let me just double check that everything actually works, because I need to make sure that, okay, this one is fine, this one will be fine as well. That's great. Okay. Everything seems to be working now. Sorry for that again. Sorry for delay. Technical difficulties, well, happens, right? Okay, let me just check the questions, because I've seen some questions pop out at the beginning. Is it working? Oh, Jesus Christ, 1 second. Okay, it's also working. I can see it right now. That's great. I'm quite happy. So one of the questions we had, the first one, will there be a sample sprue for caves with those Kickstarter backers? This is not yet confirmed. Maybe not the entire sprue, maybe some samples, maybe some few walls to send it out. One of the reasons why we don't want to go full ahead with that is we believe there is not that many backers who supported previous our campaigns. I mean, we have now a huge number of new backers just for the miniatures. So I'm not quite sure whether sending those samples will be any type beneficial to in general beneficial, but we will think about that, and we will see. The machine came to us just a couple of days ago. We are going to be setting up everything next week, I believe. Maybe we're starting from tomorrow, and hopefully get more samples out to show you and what exactly we can achieve, because I know there's a huge potential in that system. So yeah, right. Another question is, are there any plans to add to or amend the river lava sets with additional tiles? I believe we discussed this one with team to create something like 45-degree, maybe much more organic rivers. But stay tuned for the new caves. I think they have some idea about small, tiny lakes within the what's the name, within the caves itself. So the one problem with the current river and lake is that it's completely different, slightly different system than the normal system. So we will have to combine it somehow and find some middle ground solution for that. Okay. Okay. Let's go through the slides. Let's see what we have here. What I've got for you. I've got for you a few slides. I hope you can see everything nice and clear. As always, we will start with some questions. We do have some questions from social media. And we're going to talk about the Heroes 3 shipping. I believe the update went out today, so that's one. Then I'll just mention again, remind you about the Master of the Universe Battleground. It's kind of connected with the announcement we're going to be making next year. However, we wanted to postpone the announcement, but Simon was first to fire up. So we will have to do exactly the same. We're going to have to make announcements as well ASAP for you guys. There was a production update, quite a lot to show you. And then we have caves, again, a good number of some great concepts. And towards the end, Master of Orion. A few slides about Master of Orion. Oh yeah, Shimon just confirming that the update will be the Archon Studio update will be releasing tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to be releasing the update, but I'll tell you today what's going on, what's happening with the shipping and stuff. So let me start with the AMAs. First, those questions. Let's get them out of the way, and then I'll come back to your questions because I can see some questions are popping up. What's the deal with those new plastic tokens? Also, is there any more content that have been changed, like heroes, etc.? Okay, so what this gentleman or lady, sorry for assuming your gender, is asking is about this, which I didn't really realize, and I did realize later when when one of you pointed out that on a page, on a Kickstarter page, we show you those tokens, and they will only show tokens that way, and we haven't shown the tokens, the coins. So what we did is those tokens indicate a value of 5, and everything less from 1 and 3 are in those coins. Why we did that way is because they're much easier to manage, absolutely much easier to manage when you play the game, and you move them around quite frequently. So on our part, and what we did wrong is basically not communicating to you, not showing you those things. So hence the problem. But it just the one reasons why we did one. It wasn't just like cost saving or whatsoever. It's basically to speed up and make the much better flow when you play the game, right? So that was the only one thing. Did we change anything else? We haven't changed anything else. There's a few surprises, but those surprises are only quality upgrade surprises, and that's about it. So this is like, you know, it is also upgrade, but it's only upgrade to gameplay, and just make sure you play. The flow of the game is much better. You don't have a large elements like that one stacking up, because if you imagine you have to hold like 6, 7 or 8 of them, it's gonna take a massive amount of space on your board. So that's one of the reasons why we changed that one. Okay, and I'm not quite sure why it wasn't communicated, so this is something we have to improve. And the second part of the question was, did we change anything else? No, we haven't changed anything else. Everything is exactly, let me show my face, just make sure yeah, and we haven't changed anything else, so yeah. The next question, I was hoping in the last YouTube video that you would reveal Archon Advent calendar for the holiday seasons. We haven't, not this year. We will have next year. One of the main problem we have at the moment is the new page. It needed to be combined with everything. We wanted to launch new page, but it's currently slightly delayed. That's also combined with other projects, like IP projects we want to announce. So everything fall apart because of 3 different reasons. Reason number 1 was the page. Reason number 2 is delay in announcement of IP, and so we just decided to just get, you know, towards the end of the year and reset many things in January. Word of Deusler, will the RPG book contain quests that can be used with the new upcoming Caves Kickstarter? You gave me an idea with this, by the way. So, or it will be added a new quest just for the Kickstarter to expand your API within the Word of Deus. I totally believe we should, because I've seen the content we generated for the book and bestiary. I see no reason, absolutely see no reason why we couldn't expand it, the bestiary, as well as add more content with the new campaign. So this is very good call. My team is gonna kill me, but you know, at the end of the day, we meant to run this project 2 months ago. It's gonna be now delayed till probably late January, and because of that, they will have more time to work on it. And as they have more time to work on it, I believe we should also do a small book, at least with the quests. So kind of RPG book will be one more thing to add to the list. So Jakub, sorry, but that's the CEO decision to add, and this is a great idea. Thank you for that, by the way. For some reason, we just thought about making terrains for the next campaign and just the miniatures, and for some reason the RPG book just fall out of our radar, and now it's back. So yeah, we will expand it, and there's it's a good opportunity to expand anyway with more content. You guys throwing... Okay, I'm showing my face instead of showing you this, because this is what I'm referring to. That was the question. Okay, let me go back to questions here, because you can see chat is there. The question is regarding the colors. So why did you choose such a neon light green and yellow for rampart and neutrals? Yeah, mainly for that. You're right about the shading. Shading was part of the problem, because if we choose any other darker colors, and if we go for the shading, all of them, they're going to look exactly the same, or the difference between them would be just marginal and not enough to separate them as two different separate factions, right? Okay. My chat froze again. Today is not the best day for some reason, for any stuff technical, because my chat just froze. Okay, it's back. Right, okay, so let's follow next questions. Simon announced that they have the international rights to Matu for the game. Does this affect your games, or are we all playing friendly with the license now? So you just click, I will just click straight away, just a small announcement that Archon's Master of the Universe games will be released in the United States, Canada and Australia, New Zealand in second quarter of 2024. The way how we're going to be delivering them probably is going to be a Kickstarter, which allow people to jump on full spectrum of our products from Master of the Universe, and we believe because there's a game which we've been supporting for almost 1 year, which is growing and growing constantly, which is the Battleground 1, and that will be the first one. So the game which is the Battleground just behind me, and it's our kind of diamond. It's our gem diamond. This is the game which is receiving quite a lot and very good reviews, and we're rolling out now tournaments in Poland, Germany, as well as Spain. So it will be, and now also going to be working towards the some tournaments in United Kingdom, and later we will roll out them in United States. So it's a game which is fully supported. It's not like one hit shot, whatever. We're supporting it fully, so it's got constant releases and such, some premium stuff, and yeah, and it's very nice balanced. So we're also keeping an eye on that one. So yeah, you won't be disappointed. The next questions I have here is about 4Ks, which set will be pre-painted, which set will be disprood. And if this comment is shown during the AMA, thanks for all. You did an amazing job. Thank you very much for your comment. And so at the moment, everything new at the Kickstarter in terms of walls and floors will be disprood and pre-painted. You may get also option for unpre-painted. So if you want to paint by yourself, no problem whatsoever. But the main focus of this campaign will be pre-painted terrain. One of the main reasons is basically this is a new technology we want to roll out. There is a huge number of people who, like myself, like having tons of our terrains, but they haven't had a chance to paint it. So this time around, we're gonna give them option to get something which is, I would say, plug and play, right? Okay, let's have a look here. It's funny because for the first time I've got a chat, a separate window chat and separate chat, which is basically from you guys on a separate window, on a separate bar from YouTube, and that YouTube chat is basically being updated much more frequently than the one I have here separately. So something to look into it next time. Anyway, other questions about the bestiary. Will you embed the pictures of creatures with transparent background? I don't see any problem to make those things even available at some point, like, you know, in PSD files. Then you can basically use them, reuse them the way you want. You know, 5e is quite open, so why won't we do the same? You know, something. I will see what my team is going to say about it. Whether there is they have time for that. Question about the Heroes Might Magic tournaments next year. Yes, they are planned. Pyrcon is the first one, I believe. First one. Not kind of don't quote me at the moment on this because we still have to close all the deals. We spoke with them. We had a chat as well with CD Action. It's a magazine who did amazing job on Heroes 3 just recently, and in general they do quite a lot of stuff on the video games. So we might have some good news soon. Okay, so regarding the shipping, so Wave 1 shipping from China to via train should be collected on the 6th of December. Today is 7th. Today we received the email that they're gonna be shipping. They're gonna be collecting at 11th. It means that we have a few days delay. We still don't understand the reasons behind delay. We asked the question why there is a delay. It is basically 1 week delay, right, for us. That 1 week delay, it means that we're not gonna be able to ship anything up until 20th of December till we receive everything in the high quarter here. So maybe during the Christmas break and New Year, maybe that will be the point when we're gonna be start shipping out. We did the best, and that's it. I don't know why we missed the train. Not we missed the train, but why did courier or the company which was organizing this one for us haven't informed us like weeks ago that, look, the 6th of December is impossible. And that's what it is. We have like 5 days delay, and I'm not happy with it at all. Everybody wait for this. We wait for this. You guys wait for this. We wanted to ship as many parts as possible just before Christmas, just to make a lot of you happy. And yeah, that's what it is. So 1 week delay cause a yeah, issues. I really don't know what to say. It's just we did everything what we could to actually get this one in December to us. Delays are delays. It's a huge project, massive projects with massive stuff to be translated and such and to be coordinated. We checked every single step by step, making sure there's no mistakes. I mean, you know what's happening when you rush something, right? Emmanuel, HQ means headquarter. This means here. So yeah, which means that yeah, I'm not gonna be looking for any type of excuses. You know, I can keep saying, oh, you guys know, it's just normal Kickstarter delays. It's like few months and whatever. We promise on time. We have great record on shipping stuff on time, and even that one single month delay or whatever is still a little bit too much. Yeah, so next time we're gonna have to do some serious changes in order to make sure that everything is being done on time, or just to make sure the dates are correct. I mean, yeah. Start shipping after Christmas. I think after Christmas, that's for sure, because 24th we will receive. I mean, unless somebody wants to pick it up from here, but I don't know whether we're gonna be here on 24th, exactly on 24th. Probably is just to get everything offloaded, and then just between the Christmas and New Year, we'll push them out of the door. The good news is, following that, the good news at least, is the 12 additional containers, and these ones are being shipped to us on the boat. So we wanted to take those things on the train ASAP to us. So usually train goes like, you know, sometimes goes 14 days, sometimes goes 12 days, 13 days, or whatever. But that's the dates we have received from the courier company, from the shipping company. Those here are coming in 12. This is the first shipping of 12 containers. Shipping will be at the end of December, so this one is a big one because they will be pre-packed. Everything will be like, you know, like it should be, and end of January we're gonna have them in a hub. In a hub, I mean, this means the shipping hub, right? This is the what I was mentioning to you, that those first wave, which we want here, going to be shipped out of our HQ, and everything else will be pre-packed and ready to go out of in hub. Why we decide that way? Because when we spoke with manufacturer, they said they are unable to make any pre-pack for us and hit that date, right? So we decided to, okay, don't do pre-pack, we will do pre-pack, but ship them please. And yeah, they pack the train, but the train is not dispatching till 11th. Nothing I can do, nothing we can do. Maybe weather conditions, maybe something we don't know. We probably won't find out, right? It's just, it is what it is. It's just always something, right? And then remaining containers shipping from China boat end of January, end of February. Spoke with Michał. This is around about additional 12 containers that's gonna be shipped between end of January till end of February in our hub, and then we will dispatch the rest of them out. Okay, that's what it is. The question is, will those 12 containers? Yes. So this is everything. So this is mixed of everything. We don't prioritize anything. They have several manufacturing lines. They manufacture everything at one go, and then what is made is pre-packed, put on a boxes. So it's gonna be total mix of everything. Okay. I know many of you guys. I know it's the first time you back any projects and such, and you know the expectations are extremely huge, and we really wanted to do the best the best. Okay, let me just check what we have here. I'm checking questions. So what's the difference between wave 1 and the one container? So the one which are coming on the train are pre-shaded. So everything what was pre-shaded, these ones were the first one to come, because pre-shaded needed a little bit more time for assembling, and as well the big box needed time for to be adjusted. If you watch the previous live, we did mention this several times that we needed to make several changes to the big box, and you asked for it, so we did, and that's why they couldn't be on that shipping first shipping wave. Okay. I hope this is clear. If not, guys, just clear it out in the comments for me, please. Okay. And the reasons why we took train is because the train is the fastest way to get everything. You pay more, you pay premium for that, but this is the fastest way to get anything out of China to basically to Europe. The boat is usually 4 weeks. Goods delivered 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks with all the customs if there is not much to do or there is the paperwork to do. In some cases, I think this one won't go. This one go through the easy customs. So it means that we won't have to do all the paperwork and payments and stuff like that. It goes basically on the balance sheet, and that's about it. So we should basically get all of that in that time manner, as I say here. Thank you for your comment. Don't worry, delay like this is not a real delay on a Kickstarter. We know you did your best. That's true. I mean, we have very good. I agree, but in the same time, we have very good record on shipping stuff, and especially the projects we do internally in house. This one is the biggest one we ever had, and the pressure was basically to make sure it's December. We said December, it will be December, and yeah. Now it's not December; it's now January. So yeah. And especially it's a Christmas time, you know, lots of people want to actually have this one for Christmas, and I'm not surprised about it, right? Yeah, this is a good question. Any info on address confirmation from Green Logistic? Will this happen, and and who will confirm, you or us? Yes, we are. I am happy to confirm this one. Michał told me that we will be doing this. Normally, this is like a special additional offer. Which is from the Green Logistics, and we have to do that because, as I mentioned, that stuff, the 12 containers, they're going straight away to Green Logistics. goes to Green Logistics. So at this stage, we will be getting them know, Green Logistics, to send you an email and get your address confirmed, because this is coming. Yes, there will be confirmation emails. Okay. Yes. I mean, it depends on your pledge. If your pledge is pre-painted, not pre-painted, and not pre-shaded, then yes, we will let you know towards before the 24th, before arrival of this first wave. We will let you know what exactly. Yeah, if you really want to, but that's gonna be definitely after 24th. So this means between the 24th and the 1st. So yeah. And then if you pop in, just, you know, I'll show you the factory if you come around, no problem. You can see how miniatures are being made. And we can have a coffee, some probably leftovers from Christmas and such. So yeah, we don't, our doors are always open. We had visitors from different, sometimes some people just come around, and there was one person from Germany just driving through our town, and basically he said he's our backer for Dungeons and Lasers and wanted to see everything. So unfortunately, I wasn't in a factory, and our customer service wasn't like, oh my god, what's going on? So they didn't show him the factory. But next time with somebody, as much I can show you, I will show you. Obviously, we make models for other companies, and we have some big IPs we cannot yet announce or show. But yeah, I will do the best. Okay, Caesar, you asking some questions. I'm trying to figure it out what's going on here. It's not worse color. It's a workable color. We cannot make, okay, the way how manufacturing works, we cannot make a changeover from color to color during manufacturing process. It won't happen unless we charge premium, and then manufacturers will charge us premium. Because it's stock which will be left over. So I would not agree with you that, you know, just for the shade to be better. No, it is basically the full package. They needed to be that way for this, and we couldn't do it any other way. I hope my answer is clear. Most likely, yes. So the question was, if I live in Germany and order pre-shade box, will I get it until February? Yes, looks like February. Those containers will include some of the big boxes, and the remaining containers will contain remaining big boxes. Some of you will receive even faster, so probably beginning of February. Some of them will receive maybe end of February and even in March. So yeah. It's a huge project, by the way, right? So for those of you that never backed any other Kickstarters, if you go and follow and just, you know, following the examples of other companies, it's like we do something which, you know, it's not worse than other companies. We always try to do much better. But like, you know, some of the companies, the shipping time sometimes takes even 6 months. Like, have a look on a Witcher, which content-wise, it's a little bit bigger project because the numbers. But at the end of the day, it's still thousands of parcels, and we need to make sure that everything is correct. Luckily, with this time they're not going through our hands. Not all of them, just this first batch, and then the rest of them is going to Hub, and they pre-packed for us. So that's another step up. it's not that they're gonna be shipped out randomly. So I don't know. I cannot even give you. We're not specifically. We never did that. We never kind of specifically tell that. Oh, now we're gonna ship a country or something. They're really gonna come out from the factory, from the hub randomly. I think also what is very, very important is once the Green Logistics send out the info about your address, confirmation of your address, I think you better do it ASAP, because of obviously that might be the least for them to start shipping the parcels. So first come, first served, first served, first come, first served. I think he says, yeah. Okay. I'm not quite sure. So home questions, what about the expansions with all the minis? Everything is on there. Everything we have shown you on the videos is there. It's like nothing needs to be made except to big box and pre-shaded. So pre-shaded are being now done because the process is longer than normal. So just to explain you very quickly, we have a board game and all the components made first. They start packing all the board games and components, right, ready. So those ones which are not pre-shaded, and then batch of those things are being pre-shaded, ready for next packing wave, right? So once they finish pre-shading, they will put those things in. So it's an additional process, an additional step, which basically takes time. So it's not like they can do everything in one go. At least this is what I understand from their manufacturing process. Something to note, guys, have a look, my team. So the question was, are the rulebooks that allow definitively ended? The illustration seems to be very pixelated. The French one, indeed. So have a look, guys. Maybe we post like a lower quality, just to make sure that the file doesn't wait a lot. Just fix that. So I'm talking to my team, by the way, yeah? They'll check for you. I don't think I'm gonna be showing you. You're gonna get them. Like, before I show you, you're gonna get them. Because we're not gonna be doing another wave of getting the box approved. We've been told exactly what needs to be fixed. And we've been seeing on video what exactly and what's the adjustment were made. And that's it. Otherwise it will, you know, if we have to take another step and another round of improvement, we're gonna have to wait for them to ship. Us to start, you know, giving approval, physical approval, which we know what needs to be fixed anyway after the first boxes, and that's it. And the biggest risk is, you know, the New Year, Christmas, New Year. So I cannot even imagine that we're not gonna get all the stuff to us at end of January. This is not even, we cannot even discuss about that, if you know what I mean, because the February is end of February, it's a Chinese New Year. And beginning of February, people start leaving the factories to go to the families, and then they're going to spend at least 2 months out of the factory and come back and then restart the factory. So usually it's something like a full 2 months when the factories are in China totally shut down. There's absolutely no discussion about it that we're going to miss even one single box out of that factory before the Chinese New Year. As I cannot even imagine that. So yeah, so we're not gonna be doing any other round of round of boxes. They've been told exactly specifically what needs to be done. Mihai is controlling this one. We're getting from them all the info that yes, it's been done, it's good now, and so on, so on, so on, so on. But as soon as I got it, I'll be able to show you, I think. But yeah. Does the order made purchase influence the time of shipping? I mean, if the order, the big box, at the beginning of the pledge, it will get my game earlier. No, we never do that. We never do that. Usually they go out randomly. The list is generated randomly. How many containers pledges on train? It depends, because they're different sizes of pledges, right? Big boxes is just one big box, the other are differently packed. So on train, this is around about, I think about 3,000 pledges on train, which is coming to us right away. Remaining are here. And it's difficult to tell you because 12 containers, this is why I put here remaining containers, because as estimation at the moment is remaining 12 containers, but it might go up to 13 or 14 containers depending how they're going to be packed. One of the reasons why I say remaining containers as well is, this is not, if we only got a boxes and then pre-packed them here in Poland, I would know exactly how many. And because of they being pre-packed in China, we don't know, because we don't know how much we can put inside the container till we start packing up. It might be like, you know, the containers usually they're being fully packed up to the roof, and here, because of different type of pledges in different type of sizes, we might combine them with smaller just to make sure we put as many as possible. So on one container you may find 80% of big boxes and then 20% of not big boxes, right? We don't know. Once they start packing those containers, we'll then exactly know. But they promised 12 containers minimum to end after December. And here should be remaining 12, 13. Hi, Andres. Just reminder about the two things. One is reminder about the tournaments, and the second one that I mentioned just a few minutes ago, we are going to, our license is going to be expanding to United States and New Zealand and Canada, which means we're going to be hitting those markets as well, which means it will grow. We want to make sure the community grow for the game. So yeah, and more tournaments. So yeah. Okay, I'm reading comments, guys. I'm checking what I'm able to answer. Just, you know, make sure we have that one. So, from Moto Battleground España, any news from Shira? Yes, Shira being it's the first release is the first quarter of 2024. So soon. So soon. Okay, hit me up, guys. If you have more questions about heroes, I'm happy to answer them. Okay. Right, I'm gonna move on to next slides, and then I will come back to questions, right? Okay. So there was a question here about the shipping backers to UK wave 1. It doesn't affect you, or it doesn't affect anybody, because we're going to be shipped at the same time. We are not shipping by country. We used to do that for the UK. Because UK required additional paperwork, and we needed to go back and forth with the invoices, and then do the either additional payment for VAT or do the refunds. And nowadays that's been sorted out automatically for us, so it shouldn't affect you whatsoever. You keen to get in December? I'm very sorry. This is almost impossible because of that. Anyway, I mean, the real problem is here that that date shouldn't be December, first of all. That date should be like November, right? November. And then, you know, if something happened, maybe mid of November, and then we should have the games today, basically, in our warehouse to start shipping December. But the scale of the projects pushed it, you know, 30 days, additional 30 days for the manufacturing and everything else. So yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna move quickly through a Master of the Universe Battleground. Just a reminder about the tournaments, about the prize, and where to contact the next wave. The next wave will be a No, this means wave 7 will be next year, and as I mentioned next year in the second quarter we're looking at expanding to other countries. So stay tuned for that one, because the number of players will grow, maybe even double. That would be great. We're also looking at a tournaments in the UK. So if you play the game, if you like the game, you would like to organize a tournament, let us know. Yeah. Same goes for the Poland. Just to mention again, the Battleground tournaments. Same map you see here probably will be for the Heroes tournaments. Let me go for the questions. Okay, so can you provide any estimates on new expansions, Stronghold and Conflux, for instance? Not specifically, but yeah, as Jakub just answered, the Stronghold is coming late next year. So we are currently working on arts, which have been approved. On a previous live, I showed 2 of them. You have seen 2 arts. My now team is going to be working on models, miniatures next year. So this means January, February. Excuse me. January, February. They're going to be working on the minis, right? So they're coming. They're really coming. Same time, the game should be in stores. So yeah, I think the release of the game we planned for second quarter of 2024, which means that there needs to be manufactured. The games they are manufactured only for backers, only for Kickstarter backers. So we're not adding more copies for retail. That's very, very important to say, because you know the story with Witcher, right? Where people could buy them in stores before they got them. We are not making any single copy more than for backers, and that's it. And in the stores, you may expect it. You may expect the games in the stores once you receive the game, because we're physically not going to have more. that's the best way to make sure that nothing goes like with Witcher, right? The next question is, will expansions be sold the same way through Kickstarter? No, those Kickstarter expansions you have seen it. The new expansions. No, at the moment I mentioned we have 2 plans. Plan A is to go to retail and only to retail, and see how that goes in retail. And Plan B is to go through a crowdfunding with the expansions. And to be totally honest on that one, we haven't planned any Kickstarter next year for Heroes whatsoever. So at the moment we are sticking to Plan A. Why we have Plan B, you may ask? Plan B we have just because if the retail slow down because of various reasons or issues, we're going to have to support these projects with an additional wave of Kickstarter. But that's only one thing. And it's really complex to answer in a couple sentences. It involves targets, involves sales, involves realities and such. So we need to make sure that we hit all the numbers we have. Okay. Any tournaments gonna be only in Poland? No, we want to, for Heroes, we definitely plan to have more tournaments, not just in Poland. These are huge projects. It's a global project. We will see where it will be. If it's gonna be popular in your country, definitely we're gonna run tournaments. That's a good one. Maybe brainstorming about the unique mechanics for the new factions. That's a good one. I mean, our team knows very well Heroes, IP, canon, and the game, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna be quite knowledgeable. However, something which always I wanted to do is to expand the brainstorming capabilities in the company, and one way to do that is basically to have a maybe on Discord the playtesters or brainstorming sessions with the fans. So maybe something we could do, something we can think about, guys. Especially I'm just aiming at my team now. Okay. Will you have some trustworthy shops that will definitely sell the expansions? If we're talking about the current expansions, this means the ones which we have available through the Kickstarter. The plan for the expansions are they're only going to be available through our online store, and only in a period when we on trade shows, and also at the trade shows. So if you pop in on a trade show at our stand, you will be able to get those expansions, and that's it. Are we going to, we're never going to sell to any stores. It's simple. They're not on a list to buy. So if some store wants to buy it, they will have to go through, I don't know how, just buy online. But then obviously you're gonna have to sell it more expensive. But I don't think so that will happen. Yeah, regarding anything else, any other expansions, if we're going to go through Retail Road, yes, they're gonna be available through every store. I mean, talking about the new expansions, not the current ones. Not the current ones which are marked being a Kickstarter exclusive, right? Kickstarter and online, sorry, and trade show exclusive. And why we sell them online? I mean at our store when we away. It came through. It happened during the COVID because so many people couldn't go, and couldn't go for the trade shows, and there was a lot of people wanted to buy product, but they didn't want to risk, getting sick or something like that, And we just decided to do that, and that's it. We're just gonna keep it for now. Can you provide some insight about the Diablo board game? Did you know that Blizzard was planning to make the board game for Diablo IP? Did you reach out to Blizzard? Yes, I knew it. I know it some time. I know it for about a year and a half now. Do I have any insights? No. I've seen some miniatures, but that's about it. And yeah, did we reach out to the Blizzard? Yes, we did in 2019. Back then they were fully loaded up with working on Blizzard on Diablo. We didn't get agreement with them back then, and we left it like that. Would we want Diablo? It's a great IP. Unfortunately, we have no knowledge about Diablo in the business except a couple people who play Diablo. That's about it. I'll leave it like that. But as I mentioned, we did reach out to them in 2019 asking for it. Okay. I see lots of questions about expansions, so do me a favor. I seen Jakub is here. I hope Jakub is doing a great job anyway. The question, I hear that you plan to expand the game rules in the future expansions. Is it true? Can you give us some examples, character development? I can only answer the first bit, which I would say definitely yes. That's what we plan to do. I won't be able to give you an examples. Maybe Jakub will be able to give you some examples, specific examples, if they're ready or what they have in mind at the moment for the expansions, right? Now, on that, by the way, on that, I did mention a few times already, there's gonna be one more game with Heroes of Might and Magic, which we plan to release to retail, and is basically the miniatures one. It's the miniatures one. So it's gonna be kind of skirmish war game, not skirmish war game, true, rank and file war game. We have a great rules for that, and we believe this game deserves it. There's lots of people who has mentioned in this one I'm happy to mention this one at the moment. Obviously, it's kind of, let's say, official because we've been doing sneaky peeks for that one for some time now, and many people guessed it what we have in mind. So yeah, so you'll be able to play your massive battles, like massive battles within the Heroes Might and Magic universe. Saying too much today, I think. wasn't enough couple of days. Alex, you're right. We did ask Path of Exile for the IP. They said no. They said no. They're not interested. Although they also loaded with the new Path of Exile 2. 32mm scale. 32 is the one which we want to go for. 28 is just absolute scale now. Nobody uses it. Except to some D&D miniatures, but they're also moving in a scale up. Okay, a few slides on those there. So some maps were finished. So Forest of Draxa, Misty Waters maps finished, and also the main map for the Slayer universe has been finished. So we have that one done. I've seen today book, not entire book. I've seen a few things which looks really good. From those there we have finished several other miniatures with multi-pose and multi-weapons, so multi-arms. And then we have, that's Epheret, that Din. Then we have additional mummies and Eternal Soldier. So these miniatures are finished and they're going into tooling, and I believe we should have them very soon. That these are the final ones. Also, I've seen today engineering team was working on the airship, so I should have airship for you to show soon. Okay, so I'm looking for questions. 1 second. You already got answer. So Jakub answered your question. Sorry, I was going to answer. It's a 100, right? 100, 120, something like that. It's our own universe. So the question is about the maps. Are you going to release the maps without the text on as PDF or otherwise? I don't see any reason why not. I don't see any reason why not. If you're on Discord, just go to the Deusler channel and just write that comment again. Yeah, we'll see what we can do from the materials you could download it. It is part of, it is needed for the RPG sessions, definitely, so why not? It's our own universe, so it is fully opened. Yeah. Yes. So something interesting I've noticed is the Battlefield expansion and the Battlefield gameplay itself. It's for real casuals. Like those ones who don't want to spend several hours playing the game, because it's much more faster. It's just battles. You go, you fight, you battle, and it's a split of maybe 60-40, when 60% of people really enjoy Battlefield, and the other 40 people wants to jump in a much more advanced game. So because of that, when it comes to tournaments, I think it's gonna be more popular. It's gonna be more popular than actually the game itself, like a full scale game. So yes, we're having plans to expand it. Thank you for your comment about the maps. I'm pretty sure the team is taking notes, so yeah. Actually, I should be taking notes. Recently, I just keep forgetting stuff. I don't know what's going on. Usually I have a very good memory. Recently, maybe I'm just turning old now and I'll have to start taking more notes. Right. Okay. Okie dokie, let's move on. Yeah, Jakub answered. It's 120 pages, if I remember correctly. Yes, I'm on the same page with 120. That's a good question, because we don't know. Any idea how parts, factions of those will be selling in retail? So Shimon maybe he's still on the comments. He will try to answer this question, because of at the moment we don't know. At the moment we really don't know. It's so many miniatures, they scatter it across several different sprues, and part of me thinks we should be basically making bundles and offer like a few factions in the box. Okay, let me move on. Let me move on with other stuff. So those more slithers, multipose. So that is also done. So I can see how many different arms and options you have for your miniatures. From those that's the miniatures and models which have been already cut and ready for plastic injection. So you should see them very, very soon. I do have some miniatures to show you today, by the way. Not many, but I do have. And then obviously we are ahead with tooling. Not ahead. Well, we are ahead of tooling because we're shipping that in January. We should be shipping in March, but we are shipping in January. So I just want to quickly to show you the tools that you will be able to see very soon. I think this is ours. No, these are ours. So that's the model I've showed you a few minutes ago, the Manta one. And more tools designed, and soon actually some of them being already in the cutting process. So yeah, I should have them within the next couple of weeks, just before Christmas. Yeah, about 5 tools which are designed now and being cut. So, and then after these tools, we have only the airship left, and that's it. And 400 miniatures. Kickstarter will be shipped out 3 months before due date, which is again great. And yeah, I wish to have the same with Heroes, but I don't have it. Okay, let me just show you a few things. I need to change the camera. Yep, that's me, not my hand. So I wanted to show you this. Doesn't matter how quality the sandworm. I don't have any banana for scale, but it's random out. It's a little bit bigger than I think we said it will be. It comes with out of 2 sprues. Actually, is this sprue? That is sprue number 1. Let me just try to have got the camera different. Yep. And then this is sprue number 2. Actually, that bit only. And then we have another model, which is this. Please be good. Lovely Lamasu. I agree, that would fit better on 75mm base, but we set on a Kickstarter it would be 50mm base, so that's 50mm. Yeah, it's 1 to 3 times size roundabout. So yeah, what's good about it? It fits into anything which is dungeons and laser system, so we can play in our corridors easily. Because they have room and spare up to 60 and up to 50 tall. So yeah, we design it the way it will go there. That's what I have from miniatures to show you today. If you want to see anything else, let me know. I'm happy to jump and see the questions. Let me just check the questions. That's a good question. I need to answer that. So the question is, any news on Fields of Eternia going forward? Would love 1 or 2 new solo scenarios. Enjoyed ETD. Yeah, this is the projects which are gonna be we're gonna continue developed. That's one. As I mentioned, we're going to expand into US markets. So starting with the Battleground, and then later on with a Fields of Eternia. So these projects will have a second life, like big time. Big time. Our game is good. There's some things to improve, as always, and we will improve based on the experience we have gathered over the years. So it's time to, yeah. I skipped Deus Lair as I'm not a role player, but it's damn impressive. Looking forward for the next Wargame Crowdfounder. Yeah, the next one. I'm not quite sure if we're going to do any per se wargaming crowdfunding. I don't believe in a wargaming crowdfunding, to be honest. The only one reason why is that wargaming, every single wargame requires brick and mortar stores support. And there's a resist of brick and mortar stores of the product which are brought through Kickstarter. Exception maybe the Robotech or Battletech, the one which was just recently, because it's a huge scale. That's why it's basically been accepted, like, you know, kind of accepted by the retail. But anything else, anything smaller, anything your own IP, if you're going to take through Kickstarter, you're definitely going to feel resist of any type of brick and mortar store to help you with growing the game. And without them, the game won't grow, because they are the architects of your success of your game, because they have to run tournaments, they have to have stock in place, they have to do all the activities which are required for the wargaming to grow. So as I mentioned, for Heroes, that will be straight to retail release. And any other wargame, and we have one of the license, the other license we haven't talked about yet, and it's not time for that one yet. It also is going to be going into retail stores. That's for the massive scale wargames, right? So skirmish games are a different story. If you plan to do like, if we ever plan to do like a wargaming skirmish game, smaller one, which we do plan because Titanomachy is one of them, for the mechs, this should go through the Kickstarter, because it's not huge content, massive product line product, right? But it's much smaller, which you can live off, or you can support it via just local gaming groups, right? Yeah, you got it here. So thank you for your comment. Good point on the Kickstarter versus friendly local gaming stores. The local manager hates Mantic for that reason. Yeah, I heard that many times. Not about Mantic, but about the Kickstarter versus friendly local gaming stores. And the other problem is also distributors. Distributors, and especially United States, are not keen on taking anything which was even Asmodee. Just imagine that even Asmodee is not interested in Heroes, because they believe the Heroes been on, maybe they changed their mind now, we don't know, we will see, but the Heroes were on the Kickstarter, and because it was on the Kickstarter and we have very, let's say, large campaign post Kickstarter, they said, oh, you reach so many people, we don't think we're gonna be having this one in stores. And yeah, that's it, which I think it's a kind of, I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but yeah. That's a good question. Hello, oh, it's working, that's working. Something is what goes dead. Can you see me? Can you hear me? I think it's still running up, but I cannot display the comments for some reason. Let me just check. Yeah, should be working. So guys, I don't know why I'm unable to display the comments for some reason. The feature stopped working. This is just crazy today. I don't know what's going on. Really, I don't know what's going on. It's not working anymore. So I'm gonna be just reading the questions, and Jonathan was asking, are you still planning to set up UK this office? Yes, it's ongoing. The one simple reason why this is what I mentioned at the beginning of the stream. We have a license and a big one, which requires a very good distribution, and that license was pushed to 2024 release, which means we have to push everything to 2024. And then there is also a huge change in our product line, which means Dungeon Blaze has been pre-painted, which became so fully remastered line, and that will also require UK distribution. And on top of that, we have one additional person in the sales team here, which also going to be working with that UK distribution. Yeah, but it's not only warehouse, not only this. Oh yeah, it's working. Look, it's just came back. Okay, so it's not only, just to be sure on that one, it's not only distribution. I want to have full everything. I want to have a sales team there. I would like to have in the future also design studio. Everything based around Nottingham. So that's the big plan. And I even been there a few months ago, just in Nottingham, just look around. So yeah, it will happen. It must happen. Yeah, I remember talking to you guys in Essen when you were still trying to get the motor license a few years ago. That's true, yeah. It was a long road, and one day I'll tell the story. Maybe I already did that. It was an extremely complex story of that license. We were going around the roundabout with that license, and finally, actually, we got it. Not for the full spectrum, because the Simon was the other party, but yeah. Okay, so question is, can we buy the separate elements if something come broken, or we will lose something? I don't think so. That's not feasible. I don't think any other manufacturer offer this. We will get some spare parts just in case if we ship, if something get damaged during shipping. That's for sure. But I don't think we're gonna be able to do anything like that. Okay, quickly about the caves. There's something I haven't shown you, and I wanted to show you this. This is mock-up, right? So don't judge me. Don't judge it. This is mock-up of caves, and this is like a basic pledge. So I'm gonna be talking about the pledges just in a minute. I've got one example to show you, and pricing and stuff. Obviously, it just it's a work in progress, so nothing is final. And then prices might change up and down. Something we come up with is basically having a hills. So, where are you going? Come on, where are you going? Something like hills, and those things you place them inside instead of floors. So that actually expand your floor space, and then you have something, not platforms, because you guys were asking for the platforms. But what we wanted to do is to have a additional like a level layers of in the caves, and also they're gonna be bridge which will be connecting both of them, so you're gonna be able to have a elements joining them together. Okay, ignore that. It's a placeholder, and it's just basically being done as a placeholder only. But that's the idea. And just to show you what exactly I mean by that is, you might seen those things. These were from the encounter sets. So it's exactly the same principle, but different texture, and slightly different sizes, because they need to be fully covering the squares. So it's basically on that idea. So we expanded that idea into something additional. So I wanted to show you because I was mentioning about it. I was mentioning about it, like, you know, about a month ago, and I never have the time to show you this. So that's the additional bits you're going to get it with caves, and every single theme for the caves will have its own, so the variety will be there. Okay. Here is a bit more about the caves and some of the concepts I gathered for you guys. Kind of evil eye-ish monster, which gonna be part of one of the teams, and then some stand-alone elements with pins, so like this lantern with statue, like a stone statue of the lantern, and so on. So Marcin is working on many different concepts, and I really like them. There's also a set of traps we want to include this time, so you'll be able to use that. And then obviously the caves wouldn't be caves without more props, and you know, yeah. Then something which the team and Marcin came up with is the gate system. So the last time you asked for the gates, and we might be able to deliver them. It's quite clever system though. You have a kind of quarter of the wall, something like, which is connecting, so it's a joint between, so this is the old system and this is the new system of caving system, and you have an element which will join them together, so you'll be able to transition from the previous systems into the new system with that. And you have a cave, and you have like an element which closes the gate itself, and that's the hinge, right? That's the hinge for the gate. So they will be basically functional, right? You won't have to replace them with something else like open and close. And yeah, and you may use only those things as standalone elements or attach the gate. So that's the plan. Let me just check for questions quickly. Pagurki everywhere, yeah, pagurki. We call them pagurki. As I mentioned, this is just basically the thingy. So the question is, if layers and heals do get added, will they be considered as an add-on as well to let us get more? The only one way to get more heals from that system will be through getting you more the same of pledges, basically, so multiplied number of pledges. I don't think we're gonna have them separately. I will ask my team, but the stretch goals, the stretch goals, the add-ons list will be quite long anyway. I think that would be a better option to go up for more pledges, basically, instead of for adding those things additional like a separate ones. But I will see what we can do. That's not the bad question. This is actually a good question. Yes, we have some clear. Maybe not the caves itself, although the caves itself could be like ice ones if we make it right. But I know the team is working on some, and I will be able to show you in the next live. Oh, that's correct. Yes, evil eye-ish monster. I cannot a beholder. There's so many variations of that. What's funny, by the way, you know, Heroes 3 has got the beholder, right? And that one was trademarked long time ago, and they were still using it. and wasn't no problem whatsoever. So that's the question, right? If you go and scroll to the beginning of the video where I'm talking about the shipping, so you will find out. Just a quick recap is starting January, beginning of February, starting second wave. I think I did on the last video. On the last video, I don't know if it's published because I was dropping stuff. I'm very clumsy, so I dropped a lot of stuff on the floor. But I did on the last video. Hey, that's a good idea. We never thought about that one. Usually the art book we did was with elements, but I think as a fillers for the campaign books, if we have to, you know, add more pages because of the printing. As you may know, the printing goes with numbers, so 12, 24, 48 pages, and so on, so on, so on. Usually you have to have some blank pages. That would be good idea to add those concepts into blank pages if there are any. But just to make like an art book just for concepts, I don't know, maybe in general art book. That's interesting. I know there is one. I've seen it at Essen at some point. I've seen it at Essen. There's a company which makes them. I don't remember the name now, but they did like you have everything blank, and they will give you a number of, you know, white punch boards, and you can just draw anything you want on it, and, you know, just make your own game. That's a good question, Jarek. What is your opinion on making Endless Space 2 board game? It is close to our concept to Orion. If somebody got it, somebody get the license, then great. But we got Orion license, and we have to focus on that one, and we won't be focusing on anything which is similar. We also have plans for Orion to expand it in the future, and we have a license for at least 3 years, and we want to extend the license for more years, because the content is in there to actually grow this IP. And I was very, very, very surprised about number of people who get in touch with us, the hardcore fans, right? Because there's so little done to this IP for many, many years, and then there's a good number of really, really good hardcore fans, including, you know, previous developers and such. And yeah, we got in touch with them, and they're gonna be part of the team. They are part of the team. So I'm going ahead, but, you know, it's a good, exciting. We will have some exciting info to share with you soon. Those like questions. One sec. Those like question. Once the shipping start, how long it is estimated to take? I'm guessing it's gonna be about 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks of shipping max. This time around we have a slightly different process of packing. So just going back to packing, the Deus Lair does not have you know, huge number of boxes. The Dungeons & Lasers, the previous Kickstarters, they required many different small, tiny, large boxes. It's not with Deus Lair, so this is what we speed up. This is how we will speed up the process of shipping. Okay, I will answer this question. How many boxes will be shipped to Ubisoft to play? Usually you have this one in a contract. The contract says it's around about 20. However, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think one of the branches of Ubisoft, and I think it was in the Ukraine, requested like tons of copies for playtesting. Yeah. Heroes of Might and Magic going into retail in second quarter of 2024. And the reason for that one is that we're not going to manufacture a single retail copy till backers got their copies, right? So manufacturing will start just after Chinese New Year, which means they will have like a month or 2 months to manufacturing, which will be the second quarter, so around about second quarter of 2024. Oh, okay, so the question, how will you deal with the complaints, something arriving damage if you are ordering the exact amount of boxes for backers and so on. So we have very good customer service team. I keep saying in our company we learn how to put down fires and all those things, because we basically over the years, you know, had many issues with that, but our team is extremely good. And how we deal with it, you go on our page, you mention or you raise a ticket of missing something or such, and then our team will sort it out for you. We're going to have some extra additional copies here just for that. We expected maybe, I hope, because this is being pre-packed in China, we expect less than 0.5% of mispack. Yeah, that's the idea. Okay. Let me go through more slides. Oh, that was the interesting question. Was the what is the expected price tag for the core pledges with stretch goals and super stretch goals? So this is just mock-up. I mentioned here like a big letters. It's not final. It's just pure mock-up to show you the content for a rocky caves. This is hills, pagurki, which are missing, so this will expand and the full dimensions will be provided to you and how much you're gonna have, but this content is bigger than the core content you have in the Fantasy Core set, right? So floor space wise and the elements, because the pagurki itself or the hills itself, they increase quite a lot of the floor space, so that's exciting. What else? You have additional elements and some props included in the Rocky Cave. So here you have no props. This time around, we're going to be adding some additional props. Don't ignore the numbers. Those numbers will change, will go up and down, probably up. Some things are missing. The connectors numbers are missing. The pins are missing here. And the clips and type of clips are missing. So that will be added in. As I mentioned, this is just the draft, the pure draft, just to show you. So we decided to go into a bigger sets, right? That was the one of the requested from us, is to go for the bigger sets, right? What else there? Super stretch goals are something which you won't be able, you're not seeing here, but this is each of the super stretch goals is additional pieces of half size of that one, so half size of your core set. So effectively with that, and if we unlock all 3 super stretch goals, you pick one of them of the sub team, anyone you want. You can even pick 3 times the same set. Doesn't matter how you go for it, and that should double your space here. So effectively, you're gonna get that. So what's the current price with VAT? With VAT is 140. Ignore the pre-painted says 200 only because we don't know yet. We need to calculate it correctly. So those prices might go up and down. We might this time around not to charge VAT in the campaign itself because of the way like everybody does now, and also that will help us in sorting out United States, because we have now taxes to be paid in United States. We over the threshold, which means we are getting registered in the United States for that purpose. So yeah, that's it. And obviously the stretch pay, so if you want to go more, take more, no problem, the stretch pay will be there, so you will be able to get it. So to recap, 140 you're gonna get twice more size you got from the previous kind of sets. That's what I think. Yeah, that was like 8 sprues, I believe. That was 8 sprues. That is 13 sprues. Just the starter alone. And then everything else we're gonna be unlocking, because there's gonna be quite a lot of terrain unlocked. Yeah. So we're not gonna be focused on miniatures, by the way. So bear in mind, they will be able to get some miniatures, but entire campaign will be about terrain. So the next campaign will be about the thingies. So let me know in the comments what you think about the price tag. But we're gonna have this is with the super stretch goals. There will be a lower tier as well with no super stretch goals. Yeah. I just wanted to quickly show you a couple dwarfs we have designed. They're based on the real people from our team. That's some additional miniatures, right? And as I mentioned, not the big focus on miniatures. You're gonna get team miniatures for each of the sets, but that's about it. I don't see adding any more miniatures in this set will do any justice for this project. Yeah, Master of Orion. Let me just go up. By the way, I'm showing those pictures, but you have to bear in mind this is graphic, not final at all. This is just the tabletop simulator. I just wanted to share with you that we are working on a tabletop simulator. This will be available for you to test it out the game before you buy. So this is again something new. We never had this one before. Usually we had the games and then in the future it was like doing something. But we will definitely give you the game first. You will be able to play the game, test the game, give us feedback. And if you really like it, you'll be able to, support it. Yeah, but something new, something really, really new. Let's go up because I see there's lots of questions I could answer some. Could this gate system be implemented into the town doors? I would check. I think so. There shouldn't be any reason, because obviously the system cannot collide in any way with any type of the walls that will be added in, like the conversion wall. And I think at the moment it goes. Let me just check 1 second. We have this concept, and I want to make sure. Yeah. So I think nothing is clipping here. Neither do other way. So it's not colliding basically, so you will be able even to use 2 of those things, 2 of this size of the walls, and then the gate between. So yeah, I would say yes. At this stage I would say yes. Okay. It has to be because we have so many different variety of this type of walls here that even if you see here on that clip, it cannot work like that one. So that needs to be trimmed down or chamfered in order to actually to attach the side of the wall, because they will go into it. So in other words, here is the wall, and here is the other element, and same here on the other side. So it should be working. Okay. Right. I'm looking at the comments. I'm refreshing them. I see Jakub is doing great here on the comments. Thank you for that. So Łukasz was asking question about the gameplay for the videos, and I know Jakub is working on that as well. We are aiming for Q1. Let me just check more comments. I know I've seen some for... Okay, that one, I will take note about the connectors. I'll take note about the connectors, and I will see what we can do just to add more connectors, different type of connectors, just to help out for the for what you ask for, multi-store. Okay, thank you. Thanks for your comment. That's good stuff. Thank you. Archon AMA format is fantastic. It brings immense value to the customers. Huge kudos to the CEO and team for dedicating time to this initiative. Thank you very much for that. Hey Caesar, if we haven't shown something, I will I will definitely gonna be able to show you next time. That's for sure. If something hasn't been shown. Okay, we are hitting 1 hour and 32 minutes mark. I will have, 5 more minutes because I'm running out of battery. And yeah, I need a little bit of rest and recharge my battery for tomorrow. Okay, that's good questions. For the future expansions, could you please keep in mind the size of the boxes to the roof of the same as those that are now available? I think because of content will be almost similar. It will be the same size. It should be the same size. The variation may be just couple millimeters, but that's about it. There shouldn't be big difference in the box sizes. Okay. Sacrifice the sizes of the mechanics demanded, please. Okay. Right. No worries. No worries, Caesar. We got you covered. We got you covered today. We got you covered. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for sticking for 1 hour and 30 minutes. I know it's sometimes difficult. We all have life. Hey, thank you, and kudos as well to our to the concept artists. It's slightly different approach to the dwarves. I mean, I've seen discussion today in our internal communicator about the style, and I agree the style is good. The style for them is good, and they're not very generic, but at the same time they're not very Warhammerish or Lord of the Rings ones style. So I think, yeah. Okay. Okie dokie. Hi there, thank you. Right, guys, I'm gonna be finishing. I would like to say thank you for those of you who are not gonna be joining us in the last one before Christmas. A live chat or live stream. I would like to say to you all the best and have a nice Christmas. Enjoy with your family. Recharge your batteries, and there's lots of exciting things happening. Lots of exciting things are happening in the future, in the next couple of years here within our company. Starting with moving the company to a new place. I was hoping to actually do that in December. Looks like it's gonna be January or even February. Because we cannot sacrifice any shipping whatsoever, and we need to make sure that everything goes according to plan. But offices definitely needs to move, because now it's very, very tight in this place where we are located, and even other things like toilets and everything else are basically not sufficient enough. So here we're gonna start with that, and then probably gonna be some huge announcements, at least 2 IPs, which I'm very excited about. Really excited about it. This is my kind of dream IPs, which we are working on. I cannot share. I cannot say nothing. I wish to say, because that one of them it's a nightmare, but it's worth it. The other one was kind of out of the blue moon and lucky shot, which we managed to get it in the first shot, which usually never happens. And then we have some rounds of, as always, crowdfunding, and the biggest for us is the pre-painted terrain, so remastered terrains, which gonna hit retail, and I had I have huge hopes for this one to be huge in retail. So that's about it. Okay, guys. Thank you again. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening to my boring voice for an hour and a half. Once again, sorry for the technical difficulties. I got no idea how it happens, and also I've got no idea how I managed to start this one up. I'm not setting up those things, so normally, yeah, we'll have to learn it anyway, just in case, because I'm totally alone here. There's nobody in the office. Office is. I'll show you the office quickly. That's my face. Am I not going to show you anything which I shouldn't? That's the office. It's completely empty, and yeah, and I am alone, except to some guys at the CNC machines downstairs, which they because we work 24/7 on the CNC machines. Anyway, have a good one, and